According to the Bible, as well as other biblical resources, early Christians were originally called the sect of the Nazarenes and the people of the way. These terms reflected their commitment to the way of the Lord and their identification with Yeshua, Jesus of Nazareth. The Nazarenes were some of the first followers of Jesus. They were Israelite believers who accepted him as their long-awaited Messiah. Unlike Roman Gentile Christianity, which developed much later, the Nazarenes remained obedient to God's commandments and lived a life of holiness. Their faith rejected the traditions of the Pharisees and Sadducees, but embraced the teachings of Messiah and his resurrection. The daily life of a Nazarene was centered around community and service. They participated in prayer, attended the synagogue, and studied the scriptures at home. They embodied the faith once delivered to the saints, holding fast to the original doctrines handed down by Jesus and his disciples. The Nazarenes also kept a clean diet according to God's instructions, and as evident in the book of Acts, they celebrated the biblical festivals like Passover and Tabernacles. The Nazarenes are mentioned in several historical texts from early church history. In these writings, they are described as Hebrew believers who are zealous for the Lord and his ways. Epiphanius records that these types of Christians believed in Jesus as the Messiah and continued to observe the Torah. They have not abandoned the law of Moses. They live according to the gospel as well, believing in the resurrection of the dead and that all things have been created by God. Similarly, Jerome, another prominent early church scholar, referenced the Nazarenes in his commentary on Isaiah, saying, "The Nazarenes, who accept Christ in such a way that they do not cease to observe the old law." Both these accounts are strikingly similar to the Christians described in the book of Revelation, who keep the faith of Jesus and obey God's commandments. These references confirm that the Nazarenes sought to preserve the teachings of Yeshua just as the apostles did. Their lives were marked by an active faith evident by their good works, understanding that obedience to God was the result of their belief in Jesus and not a means to earn it. After the destruction of Jerusalem, the Nazarenes were scattered. Many of them fled to other regions, but they continued to follow the ways of Messiah. Over time, they were marginalized by both rabbinic Judaism and the growing Gentile church. Yet a faithful remnant remained. Today, the Nazarenes survive as God's faithful people, those who uphold the faith once delivered to the saints, walking in both grace and truth. Friends, the lifestyle of the Nazarenes is a powerful example for Christians today. Because their lives were transformed by God's grace, in turn, they honored him by the way they lived. I hope you've enjoyed this teaching, and please check out my other videos from Pure Light Ministries. God bless.